and welcome to Chris's Cooking. Today I'm making tiramisu, but I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to deconstruct it and recreate it in a different way. We're going to start off with some egg yolks, 6 egg yolks, and a cup of sugar, and we're going to combine that together, all right? We're going to whisk this until combined. Okay. Just until it starts to change color. Now once we get it at this point, we're going to cook it slowly over a double boiler. So a pot with a couple of inches of water. And we're going to bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat. I'm going to bring this over to the stove, and then you can see the color is starting to change and it's not so granular. All right, so bring it over to the stove. So once the water gets to a boil, we're going to reduce the heat. This is going to take about 10 minutes to cook. Here it's starting to boil. I'm going to reduce the heat to about a medium. We're going to continue to whisk until this is light and fluffy. You don't want to walk away because you don't want to cook the eggs. You want it every once in a while, take the time to scrape down the bowl to make sure that you're not leaving anything on the sides for too long. You don't want that to cook. Everything incorporated into the middle. Now I can feel it on the whisk. It's starting to lighten up a little bit. So as you can see, it's starting to thicken up a little bit. So you want the consistency of a and the color of a vanilla pudding, vanilla custard. almost ready. It's starting to stick to the side of the bowls. It's becoming very sugary. As you can see, there's streaks, heavy streaks when I stir. So we'll leave that for another minute, and we're gonna take it off. Make sure everything's well combined. Okay, we're going to turn that off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the mascarpone cheese. So this is a 500 gram container of mascarpone cheese. I've let it sit out for a little bit so it's not hard to work with. And we're just gonna whisk it right into this warm egg and sugar mixture. Get all that cheese in there. So you want to mix this until it's well combined. So this is going to do two things. One, it's going to cool off the egg and sugar mixture. Okay. It's going to melt the cheese and combine it into it so it's a nice uniform mixture by mixing the hot and the cool together. Now, once you have it at this state, we're going to whisk 500 milliliters of heavy cream, 35% cream, in a mixing bowl. And then we're going to fold this in, all right? We're going to fold in the whipped cream, which I've already have ready to go. Like I said, it's about 500 milliliters of whipping cream. So we're just going to do it in a couple of stages. And we're going to gently fold it in, all right? Because we don't want it to lose its volume. So get that all incorporated. So once that's ready, now here comes the twist. So normally what you would do is you'd lay out your lady fingers, have your espresso or whatever you're putting over top for your coffee flavor. And then you would pour this on top, dust some cocoa powder, and then set it in the fridge for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours or possibly even overnight. So what we're going to do today is we're going to change that. So what I'm going to do, start off by putting this in the fridge for just a couple of minutes just to let it start to set. Okay, so we're going to get it ready. So first thing we're going to change the serving vessel. We're gonna get a couple of nice wine glasses. All right. So depending on how big you want to make the dessert, if you want to make it larger, smaller. So these are fairly large wine glasses. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some coffee. Some espresso that I brewed earlier, and and then we have a coffee liqueur as well. We're going to get some lady fingers. So I have here, I've already cut them into small. I'm going to get two shapes. I have a half piece that I'm going to put in the bottom of the cups. So I'm just going to lightly dunk them in the coffee and the liqueur. And we're going to put a couple pieces in each of the glasses. All right. You don't want to let it soak too long. So you don't want it to disintegrate the cookie. Okay. You can already feel it in your hands as it's getting a little soft. Okay. So we have the cookies ready. Now we're going to go back to the fridge and we're going to get our mixture. Now, it's only been a couple of minutes, but I can feel it starting to set a little bit. All right? So now the fun part. Get a spoon or even maybe pour this into a measuring cup. I'm just going to spoon it because I'm only making a couple. If I was making more, I would definitely put it in a measuring cup and pour it, or even a piping bag and pipe it in. So we're just going to add some of this deliciousness into the cup. And we're going to layer this. So you just want to cover the cookies to start. Try not to make a mess, of course. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some of the liqueur. Try to get it to come around to the side of the glass so you have that color contrast. You don't want too much, you don't want to overpower with the alcohol flavor. And then we're going to do the same thing for the espresso. It's looking good. Some more of the cheese and egg mixture. And as you see, it's pushing the coffee to the edge of the glass, so you'll have that nice contrast in color. All right. So when you're happy with how much you have in your glass, have another shape that I made for the cookies. This is going to be our garnish. Okay. So I have a more triangular shape. And this one we're going to do a little differently. We're not going to soak as much. We're just going to do just the edge, the end of the cookie, and we're just going to place it in. Let it rest at the side. Maybe you want to come in with 2 cookies. All right, just like that. The other one. All right, put this on the side. Just clean this up a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to replace the cocoa powder with a little shaved chocolate. So I have some dark chocolate. Okay, and we're just going to come down I'm getting more on the counter than I am. There we go. Okay, side. If you want some larger pieces of chocolate, you can come with a paring knife and just sort of scrape the chocolate, and then you get some larger chunks. There we go. So there's our tiramisu. Finished. We're going to set it in the fridge for a couple of hours, let it set, but don't have to worry about cutting it or anything like that. It's ready to serve. Add a spoon and enjoy.